This is the cheapest Porsche 911 on the planet. And if you haven't seen the rest of the videos, I bought it because it was my dad's dream car, but he sadly passed away from cancer and was never able to buy one. Over the past few months, I've turned it into the ultimate off-road adventure Porsche and drove it across the country to the biggest car show in America, Monterey Car Week. But now it's back home, and I'm definitely not done with it. A few months ago, we started modifying the interior, which is great, but there's still a lot to be done. This car is far from over. So get excited, let's get into it. Our first problem is the steering wheel. This one is old and beat, but thankfully we have a new one, so let's install it. For easier access, I'm removing the driver's seat. More on that later. And then I need to remove the airbag. This is weirdly harder than it looks. The airbag is held in by 2 bolts, but the holes to access them are too small for any of the correct sockets, and I can't get anything to budge. Luckily, I think I have a solution.
The Captain Crankshaft steering wheel destructo method.
That's like butter, bro. To be honest.
He's cutting towards me. Yeah, so we couldn't get the ratchet to fit in there, so Jackson's modifying our old
Yeah, I'm
steering
doing a little steering wheel modification. Now, it's best you watch your fingers in this situation. No, that's good. This is what you want. So pieces should be coming out like that.
With my newly installed access holes, the airbag is coming off super easy. Now, all we have to do is take out the large bolt holding on the steering wheel.
Oh, that's rather loose. Huh.
Oh, now you can do the fun part. What the?
Uh-oh. I think that's a big problem. I think we were supposed to unplug that. Once these accordions come out, I don't think they go back in very right.
Well, the good news is I don't know what to tell you.
The proper solution to this would be to get a new clock spring, but we don't have time for that. So I'm trying to wind it back up and put it together, and then I'll see if it works with the new steering wheel. We're going with a 3-spoke wheel from a newer 911, and it already looks so much better. The airbag is much easier to access with this one, and it's going on super easily.
Steering wheel, stop! Yeah, that's nice. That's a lot better.
That is actually pretty sick. All right, now that we've got the steering wheel done and the old seats out, Jackson can show you the new seats. Oh my.
Look at these. These are like my childhood dream seats to own.
Which is such a funny statement, and only car people will get that, but Recaro pole positions, baby. Those are the best of the best. Shout out eBay Motors for these things.
We got the leather with the Alcantara.
If you guys don't know what about Recaro pole positions, these are the same seats that come factory in like the AMG GT Black Series and so many cool cars, because Recaro obviously makes the best seats. And yeah, these are no exception.
They're comfortable. They give you a lot of bolstering, so when you're taking fast turns, you feel nice and safe inside the seat and you're not moving anywhere. The only thing though, for us, is trying to figure out how to get them in, because we have brackets and we have the Recaros, but the brackets and the Recaros were never really built to go together. That's me and Will's fault. We didn't really know when we were ordering what we were supposed to do. And we thought they would work, but turns out they don't. And we have to modify. And you know, I have no idea how to do that. But we're gonna learn today together. So buckle in there. It's about to get crazy. Well, buckle in ideally when the seat's in the car.
Yeah, you can't buckle in.
Can't buckle in right now.
There's no
But buckle in. Theoretically. As cool as these seats are, I definitely didn't order everything correctly. So let me show you. We have this here seat bracket, which is compatible to the 996. That's great, that fits. However, this particular upright, this Recaro upright, does not fit this bracket, which means I need to make some modifications. And I'm no custom fabrication type person. This is all very new to me. What I can do is if I angle grind these little tabs off, I should be able to then at least lay this part flat on here. And that's only the beginning of the trouble. So I need to start by doing it. But I think I can make it work. It's just gonna take some skill that I don't have, but I'm gonna try. Like I said, these seats and brackets aren't technically meant to go together, but I think I can make them work.
I'm measuring the distance between the holes on the seat uprights and drilling holes into the base plate. But even with that done, there is still more modification to do. The seat brackets themselves need to be cut to get the holes to sit flush with the base plate. I have to be super careful while doing this because any sudden move or slip could either ruin the brackets or cut straight through the seats, which would set us back weeks and cost thousands of dollars. Somehow the bracket is actually bolting in, so now I can do the first test fit. The bracket works, but part of the seat upright is blocking my access to one of the bolts, so I have to do a bit more cutting to get it to fit. With the new cuts, I can finally bolt in the driver's seat, and it looks so good. Now I just have to repeat the modification process on the passenger side by drilling, cutting, and mounting the brackets. And the seats are finally done. Now we can move on to the next mod, which should be a bit easier.
You may remember from the first Porsche interior video, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it, that we worked with our good friends at Renline because they make some awesome parts. They, for example, made, see these metal floors? They did that. The next part they sent us is also very cool because they only make cool stuff. And that is more carbon fiber for the interior because carbon fiber means fast and this car is slow. So the carbon fiber should result in the car looking faster but going just the same speed. So that's sick. Now, I do have a resident door panel expert, but I have been instructed by Will that this particular piece, as you can see, there's no bolts there. And you might be thinking, how do you get that off? What a ridiculous thing. No, it's clips. And clips you just gotta brute force and ignorance. Now, let me show you right here. Check that out, see this? That's the piece it's gonna replace. You can see, look. Wow, way cooler. Now, I think if I just grab. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Comes right off. Look, it has a little imperfection in it. Check that out. Oh, look at that, that's bad. Now, the new one doesn't have that. I think this is the proper side. And that should, allegedly, just, I don't want to break it. Clip in.
Give it a little wag.
That's scary. Oh, that's cool.
Actually, I'll be cranking.
That is so cool. Will is coming to check it out because he knows it's cool. But look at this.
Oh, that's actually sick.
Yeah,
That looks tight, dude.
that's cool, right?
It matches the center console well, too.
Yeah,
That's
so this carbon fiber, again, I haven't seen the first video, go watch it, but this is the GT3 center console lead that Renline makes. Also sick, clears up a ton of room. But now we got some matchy.
Allow me to do this side.
Oh, Will, give us a, wow, look at that.
Where's the
Pure
other piece?
skill. He must have done that before here.
Wait.
Piece. Installation.
That was a funky noise.
He's confident.
I've done it before.
And there you go.
Ow.
Hey, if you want a piece of the 911, I don't know why you might want this. Maybe you want to put it on a wall somewhere, or you want to throw it in the trash. That's cool too. And you should go buy our merch. And whoever buys merch, you may get one of these in there. I'll put one in a random box. If you want a piece of the build, go buy some merch, and you might be a lucky recipient if you consider yourself lucky to have one of these. I'll even sign it if you want. Now it's time for the hardest thing, and I've been putting it off because I'm genuinely scared to do it. And that is the headliner. It's that's the headliner, for those of you who don't know. The thing above your head. But we are going to replace it with something quite nice. I'll show you, let me grab it. The old headliner is just leather, but because the new seats are Alcantara, we got Alcantara headliner. It's just wrapped very well because they don't want it to get damaged, but I may damage it. Now the reason this is scary is because headliner is finicky, to say the least, and I don't know if I take it off if it'll ever go back the same. But I've also never taken a headliner off in my entire life before. But I have watched a YouTube video on how to do it, so hopefully that's enough. Let me get this unwrapped. This is all headliner. So we gotta get that in now. Well, first, I guess we gotta get the old one out.
In most cars, the headliner is glued directly to the roof. But luckily for me, the 996 is different. The headliner is held in by clips, bolts, and springs that keep it tight so it doesn't flap around. This means that aside from taking the sunroof portion out, it's been fairly simple to uninstall. But like everything, taking stuff out is always easier than putting stuff back.
Okay.
Headliner, bro. Wow, this is
There's some goop in there, bro. Yeah. Goodbye, headliner. Nice.
Wow, that was, I'm actually surprised I was able to do that, but now we gotta figure out if we can get the new one in. Look at this thing, this is beat old 1999 style. This is the headliner. It does have a small hole in it. I don't know if that was my fault or a problem with shipping, but it's not the end of the world. Now I'm going to try to fit this flimsy piece inside the car.
With Will's help, we're getting the new headliner pulled into place. And now all we need to do is reinstall all of the screws and adjacent panels that hide the seams.
Headliner, looking fantastic. Who doesn't love a little Alcantara in a nice car? We got the Alcantara on the seats, black steering wheel to match the seats, and the Alcantara headliner with the gray sunroof. It weirdly, in a kind of accidental way, has all tied together super nicely. I love, my favorite part is how this black trim back here, I don't know if you noticed that, but the black trim matches the black steering wheel really well. And like everything just looks good.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm not really happy. I'm pretty stoked. But yeah, I mean, that's it, right?
I think that, here goes that.
That's literally it. Well, yeah, new interior, done.
Subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more coming.